NASCAR is a sport that requires passion, skill, and determination, but it's also a world where opportunities are shaped by sponsorships and resources. For many racers, the journey involves overcoming financial hurdles to stay on the track, and that's especially true for someone like Hailie Deegan, who's made a name for herself in the male-dominated world of motorsports. Hailie Deegan's path in racing is unique, and her story is one of persistence. Coming from a racing family, it would seem like the road was paved for her, but it's never that simple. Hailie's dad, Brian Deegan, is a well-known figure in off-road racing and motocross, and her family is deeply rooted in motorsports. However, just having a famous name doesn't guarantee success. Hailie had to build her career step by step, facing the same challenges any driver would, and maybe even more, because she was breaking into a world dominated by men. From an early age, Hailie showed interest in motorsports. She began her career in off-road truck racing, much like her father, and quickly gained attention for her aggressive and fearless driving style. But she didn't stop there. Hailie knew that in order to grow as a racer, she needed to expand her horizons. That's when she made the move to stock car racing, a completely different challenge that tested her abilities in new ways. Hailie's journey in NASCAR has been both rewarding and difficult. She has had to navigate a sport where female drivers are few and often under a different kind of scrutiny. Her first few years in NASCAR's lower series, like the K&N Pro Series and the ARCA Menard Series, were marked by moments of brilliance and a lot of learning experiences. Hailie's aggressive style, which served her so well in off-road racing, had to be adjusted to suit the longer, more strategic races in stock car racing. It was a learning curve, but she showed she could adapt. One of the biggest challenges Hailie faced in NASCAR was being in the spotlight, not just because of her talent, but also because of her gender. Many male drivers might not face the same kind of pressure or attention, but Hailie had to deal with it head-on. Every move she made, every race she entered was scrutinized, but she didn't shy away from the challenge. She embraced it and used it as motivation to get better and prove herself on the track. Her time in the NASCAR Truck Series was particularly challenging. Truck racing is known for being extremely competitive, and there's a lot of close contact on the track. Hailie found herself in situations where other drivers weren't shy about roughing her up, and it wasn't always easy to fight back. But as she gained more experience, she started to find her footing and began to show the potential that so many people saw in her from the start. Despite the challenges, Hailie's time in NASCAR wasn't without success. She made history by becoming the first female driver to win a race in the K&N Pro Series, which was a huge moment for her career. That victory showed that she had what it took to win at a high level and gave her the confidence to keep pushing forward even when things didn't go her way. However, Hailie's journey wasn't just about NASCAR. She's a driver who loves to race in any kind of vehicle on any kind of surface. From dirt racing to asphalt, from off-road trucks to open-wheel cars, Hailie has done it all. Her versatility as a driver is one of her biggest strengths, and it's something that has opened up new opportunities for her. Recently, Hailie made the move to IndyCar's NXT Series, which is the stepping stone to the prestigious IndyCar Series. The move marked a significant shift in her career. Open-wheel racing is very different from stock car racing, and it presented new challenges for Hailie.
I think the biggest thing for me, just difference-wise, not necessarily that was I liked it or disliked it, was the fact that you don't have a windshield. Like when you're in a stock car, everything is so still. When you're on like super speedways, I swear you could drop there could be the tiniest speck in the air and it falls right down because there's no air movement. And I think that was a big change for me. Going to the open wheel stuff is there is so much wind on you, which you never get warm. I guess that's the nice part. And then it pulls your helmet up quite a bit, which you have to put all these different pieces on your helmet to keep it pushed down. Went out there and my helmet's rising up on the straightaways and the little chin strap is strangling me.
She also found that the open-wheel cars were much more sensitive to small inputs, which required a different driving style. But despite the differences, Hailie embraced the challenge. Joining the HMD Motorsports team, which is known for developing talented drivers, Hailie found herself in an environment where she could learn and grow as a racer.
And I think the biggest selling point for me on HMD was the fact that I'd have so many teammates. And for me, the data side of things is unreal, like compared to NASCAR. SMT and NASCAR is kind of not great. And so it's definitely a new thing, having all that data to go off of, all the sensors everywhere, tell you your exact wheel input. Like, oh, I'm not slipping the tire yet. I see that this person's turning a little bit more in this corner. I could turn a little bit more and the car will still react good.
Hailie's move to IndyCar NXT also opened up new possibilities for her career. The series is a direct path to the IndyCar series, and for Hailie, the chance to potentially race in the Indianapolis 500, one of the biggest races in the world, and that's something she's excited about. While there's still a long way to go before that happens, Hailie has shown that she's willing to put in the work to get there. But Hailie's journey in motorsports is far from over. She's still young and there's a lot of racing ahead of her. The move to IndyCar NXT is just the beginning of a new chapter in her career, and it's clear that she's determined to make the most of it. With her talent, drive, and the support of her family and team, Hailie is poised to continue making waves in the racing world. One of the things that makes Hailie stand out is her ability to adapt to new challenges. Whether it's learning how to race on new tracks, adjusting to different types of cars, or dealing with the pressure of being a high-profile female driver in a male-dominated sport, Hailie has shown time and time again that she's up for the challenge. And as she continues to grow and evolve as a driver, there's no telling how far she can go. One of the biggest challenges Hailie faced in NASCAR was the physical demand, or lack thereof, compared to other forms of racing. Unlike IndyCar or other racing series, NASCAR doesn't put as much emphasis on fitness. While NASCAR drivers face intense heat and long hours in the cars themselves have power steering, air conditioning, and cooling suits to help the driver stay comfortable. This contrast with the physically grueling nature of IndyCar, where the absence of power steering and the massive forces on the driver's body mean that strength, especially in the arms and legs, is critical.
And the fitness side of things is something that really attracted me to the IndyCar side. Because I love fitness. Like I work out every single day and I love that side of things. And I think that's instilled from the moto world, so the two-wheel side, because they train every single day. Training is a huge part. I'd say it's 60% of their racing. And so I like that that's actually utilized where in NASCAR it's not. Like in NASCAR, you don't have to be in shape in any sort of form. As much as people want to say, oh, it's hot. It's hot. You have air conditioning and a cool suit. Calm down. Like the IndyCar side, like it's hard. Like no power steering. Like obviously your legs have to be super strong. You have all this air pushing you back, pushing your arms down. Feel like your arms want to rip down off the wheel, and that's just how it is. So you got to work on your fitness side of things to combat that. And everyone that I've talked to said, the more fit you are, the faster you will go.
Her transition to IndyCar wasn't just about fitness, though. Another significant factor was the structure of the IndyCar season. NASCAR is known for its long and grueling schedule, with more than 30 races packed into a year. This leaves drivers and teams with little time to rest or improve.
I can't tell you how many nights I flew back on the team planes, wanting to just break down crying. I don't know how those crew guys do it. That many weekends out of the year, even the Xfinity Series, 33 weekends out of the year is crazy, because these guys are flying back on Saturday nights. If we're racing on the West Coast, you are not getting home till about 5 a.m. on Sunday. You have your Sunday to recoup and get your life together, and then you're back working on Monday at 7 a.m. That was another selling point for me on the Indy side, is I am gonna have time to work on myself throughout the year. And because the races, there's only 14 races throughout the whole season. It's a little bit tighter, it doesn't start till March, ends in the end of August, I believe. So, and then something else with that is the testing. This is such a huge point for me.
That's it for today's episode. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell while you're down there.